She can.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Clearly, yes, yes.
Very good. Okay, I'm sorry for that technical difficulty, but here I am. Om Shanti, everyone. My name is Michelle. I am your host, your MC, I should say, for this evening, and I'm very happy to be here. Actually, it's a double header for me. I was here last week, so you may be tired of seeing me, but what can I tell you? I'm here. So I'm very happy to be here because, you know, I don't know if you've been following, I always stay near my window, and normally by this time it's dark out. And I've talked about in December how I look out the window and it's crisp and dark. And now I look out the window and it's almost sunny out. So it truly is turning. The world is turning, the earth is turning, and we are turning. And it's telling me that spring is going to be here any minute because I saw the little flowers waving at me as I was coming home from work. So tonight we have a wonderful discussion. It's being colored by spirituality is our month-long discussion. We touched on that last week if you were with us with Brother Ram, but we're going to make an even deeper dive today, the charm and the beauty of love. And when I was thinking about spring, because you can't help but think about it, you know, winter, it's enough already. And I love the four seasons, but the color that is starting to try to make its way, you know, the darkness is turning. And just today I saw purple and yellow flowers, and I saw a robin redbreast. So they're all coming out now, but these are the colors of matter. These are the colors of earth. They're earthbound. And I was thinking to myself, well, what color am I? You know, I was thinking I was recently in I guess a temple, and there were stained glass, and I wondered why they use stained glass to have the light come in, and they have smells and foods. And I think it's to make us feel, you know, part of this earth. But what about our spirituality? What are the lights? How does that affect our spirituality? And what does it mean to be colored by spirituality? So tonight we have a very special guest, and everyone, if you're anyone at Harmony House, you will know her. That's Sister Anjani, who is the center coordinator for the Brahma Kumaris at Global Harmony House in Great Neck. And she has been practicing yoga for well over 40 years. She is my go-to when I need spiritual advice and, you know, just to make my way through today's world. And I'm very happy. Let's give a warm welcome to Sister Anjani. Om Shanti, Sister Anjani, welcome.
Om Shanti. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Great. Om Shanti. And a good evening to everyone. It's a joy to be here this evening with all of you, and also to be seated on the stage of Global Harmony House. I thought, why not let's have the program here on this stage, because sometimes we go in, you know, in another corner of the space, but it's like the feeling of inviting all of you to join me here in spirit at Global Harmony House. And so welcome, welcome, welcome. And Michelle, as you were giving that beautiful introduction of the Mother Nature, I was just feeling the charm in it. And I was feeling how charming it is to just be observing all those beautiful flowers. You hear the birds, you see the birds returning, and it just creates this beautiful experience of joy, of happiness. And when it also comes to the spring, I see spring the moment the new year begins. And I see winter in November. So my winter is very, very short, because it is something that I look forward to, something that I feel the more I think of spring, it creates the colorful, the beauty of life. But when I think of charm and the charm and charming and love and all these beautiful qualities, I'm just returning from a very beautiful place, and that is Mount Abu, Rajasthan, India. And it's the headquarters of the Brahma Kumaris. And I thought, what a charming place that is. It is so beautiful because it has the charm of the people, the vibrations, the flowers, the fragrance, everything that happens there. It just creates a natural charm. Because when you think of charm, people go and buy the things to protect them. They think if they keep a bracelet, or they keep a pendant, or they keep something that is has some kind of a magic spell to it, it's going to keep them safe, it's going to keep them protected, it's going to give them what they need, and it's going to make life better. And so I was thinking that, you know, everyone is holding out for something, some kind of charm. And I think in recent times, these symbols of charms would have increased so much in the world, because everyone is looking for something to help them to, you know, experience a better quality of life, to experience obstacles being removed, and freedom in a way, and relationships being better, and so many different areas of life. People look at a physical aspect of charm. But when I think of charm and charming, what do I see? What do I feel? What are the colors in this that creates the beauty? What is that attracts me? And that's where I was sharing about this space in Mount Abu, Rajasthan, India. It's in North India. It's up the mountain, and we have about 3 different complexes. It's, you know, residence as well as study places. But I stayed for about 5 days in this space that we call Pandav Bhavan. It was the time when our founding father, Brahma Baba, was still alive, and he lived there. And he meditated there. All those who were living with them, a few hundreds of them, they created an atmosphere, they created a vibration, they created something that is special, that is filled in the atmosphere, that as soon as you walk in, it's just the feeling of the highest vibration. You reach there, and if you're tired, your tiredness goes. You reach there, and if you feel a little low energy, you just bounced right out of it. And so that's the charm of the place. That's the beauty of that place, that it has the qualities filled in the atmosphere, that you cannot see it, but you can feel it. You can just experience it. It's so uplifting. So I stayed there for 5 days, remembering the days of our founding father being there. What did he do? You know, how he shared what he have received from God with all those who came there. And that vibration, as I said, is very, very peaceful and silent. Waking up early hours of the morning, 2:30, 3 o'clock. It's like so easy to wake up because, again, it's the high vibration. And going through the routine of the day and, you know, just observing everything, the beautiful flowers, and, you know, it creates and awakens something very deep into the soul. Maybe this must be my 20th times there or 30th times there to this space, because I have been going almost every year. And every time, you know, I go there, there is the experience of something that goes deeper into the soul and awakens deeper realization. And the realization that helps you to see life differently, to experience life differently. And so this place, this space, each room you go to, it has its own charm. It has its own beauty, that it gives to you something that stays in the soul and cannot be removed. And even as I return from that space, I can still remember. I can still connect. I can still feel that I'm there because the atmosphere is so powerful. And the experience that it has created in the soul, it is also so powerful. So situations come in front of me, difficulties come in front of me, anything that emerges, the experience of it works like that charm. It works like that which removes, it's like magical. It just removes any of the forms of negativities. And I was thinking, maybe the memorial of this space became all these charms that people create to help people to remove all their difficulties and their situations. And that's what creates that experience of being charming. And each one of us in our own souls, these qualities live. If we think of love, we think of peace, we think of happiness, we think of joy, we think of forgiveness, we think of caring, compassion. We know them. We know when we don't use them. We also know when someone didn't use it for me. If someone is not compassionate towards me, I would know, I would feel that. Because in each one of us, the bountiful of these qualities, they live there. But while they are there in the soul, while they are there in each one of us, we sometimes, or most of the times, we create the obstacles for ourselves. We create the self-talk for ourselves. We create the negative talks that we give to ourselves, or we pick up what someone say about us and we repeat that in our minds. So the charm that is created, and to experience my inner space, to have that love, to have that feeling of being charming towards myself or towards others, it gets reduced. It sometimes disappears because, as I said, these thoughts that we have for ourselves, they're not so pleasant, they're not so beautiful. So what are some of those thoughts that we create for ourselves? To think that, you know, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. Oh, you know, this one said this about me and I accepted it. Or I could be thinking that, you know, today I feel very low, very depressed. Or there's so many different forms of negative thoughts that we create for ourselves, or we could also create for others. And what does those thoughts do to me? How does that impact me? How does that affect me? When we're going through those experiences, it actually suppresses or it covers the beauty of the soul. It removes that feeling of charm. It removes that feeling that we have and we carry within ourselves, which is so beautiful. And as I said, we all know those qualities because we know when we use them, we know when we need them, we know when someone didn't give it to me or someone came in front of me and took it away. So all of these things, I have to become aware that what is the language that I use for myself? How do I talk to myself? We may talk to people for maybe in a day, maybe a few hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. But most of the time, there is a conversation going on within us. What does that conversation look like? What did I tell myself all day today? If I have to ask myself this question, what are some of the things I said to myself today? Was it very uplifting? Did it make me feel better? Did it create joy in my life? Did it remove the situations or the negative thoughts or waste thoughts that I was having because of XYZ? What did I do today? Let's look at today and see, what did we do? How did I spend my day? The quality of thoughts I created, the quality of words I spoke, the relationships I came into, what was it like? And so this is where I need to do more self-reflection. I need to go within myself more to find that within myself, there are all these beautiful, the colorful colors of all these qualities. I think last week, Brother Ramprakash would have talked about the festival we celebrated 2 weeks ago, and it's called Holi. And it's all about playing with the physical colors. But now we need to play with these spiritual colors as we meet each other. Can I play with the quality of love? That which is so pure and in such a big demand today. Everyone wants love, but that love, it changes its form. It doesn't emerge in that pure form, and this is why we experience sorrow or expectations or, so much pain because of love. But it's not because of love, but it's because I changed love into a lower energy, and that is attachment. I change it to something that will not bring me happiness because I think I own it, it's mine. And so how do I move back to that place and recognize that within my being, within the soul, there are all these beautiful, powerful, amazing colors of the qualities that I can share with humanity. Share it with everyone. Just like the people were celebrating Holi and they were playing with these colors. Can I share these qualities in a very natural way with everyone? Share peace. Someone come in front of me, they may need patience. Okay, can I have patience? Can I share that feeling of compassion, generosity? So think about what you have inside of you. Reflect on it. Move to that space inside, which is very sacred, because this charm has to emerge from that which is very sacred. This is why also, people, they have these charms, they really take care of them. They don't allow people to touch them, and, they sort of protect it because they think that charm will protect them. And so this is where these qualities that we have, they emerge from a very sacred space within the soul. And so when I share them, I'm sharing them with generosity, but I don't allow it to get influenced by the situations around me. And so it's a very subtle thing. It's a very tricky thing, is that how do I share it and not allowing it to be influenced? So I share love, but love should not be influenced, where I in turn create it as a ownership of that love, but a love that sets everyone free, a love that creates harmony, a love that brings everyone close and in harmony and in unity. So how am I sharing that which is bountiful within each one of us? So again, how do I get in touch with that? And this is where we reflect. It's a lot of reflection. It's moving to this space within myself, the soul, experiencing the beauty of what I have, empowering myself with that, talking to myself from that space of the abundance of these qualities, and see the strength that emerges. The more I do that, the negative talks that I have with myself, or for others will not exist. They will disappear because I am not giving room for it. I'm not encouraging it. I'm not allowing myself to go on that low energy, but more an uplifting energy. You know, and then from that beautiful space of Pandav Bhavan that I was sharing about earlier, I went to another place down the mountain, and in that space we were about almost 15 to 18,000 people who went together to, it's like a study. It's our place is a spiritual study place. And but before the big crowd, the large crowd of 15,000 or however many, it was thousands of people, we were about 450 of us, teachers from around the world. And we were studying together, we were meeting together, we were having beautiful conversations, and you know, it was just so uplifting. And so that's another very impactful experience of what was so charming in that for those, it was like about a week that we were together. It was so beautifully created, but it's the energy, it's the flow of 450 people and the many, many helpers who were there. We could have been about 600 people. And here we are, moving together in such sweet harmony, with so much loveliness and care and appreciation and beauty. And we were just surrounded by the same vibration of love. Everyone had an exchange with each other, with a smile, with a knowing, with a recognition, with an acknowledgement. And we were that many from, I don't know, probably more than 60 countries around the world, if not 100 countries. And that I didn't find out the number of countries. But we were all different in our physical bodies. But as souls, our hearts came together and became one. Our hearts came together to love each other and to love one God. And then you see that, you know, in life, we do not have to go through life in conflict. We do not have to go through life experiencing difficulties and challenges all the time. We do not have to wake up every morning and wonder what my day is going to be like. But the experience, the charm of the experience is that when I can go within myself and recognize that that beauty is there, I can wake up every morning to feel the wonder of today, the wonder of what Mother Nature brings to us, the wonder of what, those whom I'm going to encounter today. They're so beautiful. So when I see the beauty within myself, it becomes easy for me to see the beauty in everyone. And that gives the experience of the natural beauty of life, the joy of life, the happiness of life. Or else there are many who wake up and feel, I can just continue to sleep. I don't even want to get out of bed. When we look around in our world today, I don't think our world has ever been like it is today. Go back in time, even when there was World War II, I don't think the negativity that is present today was there at that time. It is as though the whole atmosphere is of that energy that sucks people in very easily, and they get trapped in it. And so this is where we have to take care of ourselves. We have to become aware that I must not allow this energy of the surroundings to influence what I have inside of me that is sacred, that is pure. Recognize it. Recognize, like many people say, oh, when I'm driving, someone cuts in front of me, I get angry. Know that that person will do it. Let them go. Don't lose your peace because someone is doing something which you think they shouldn't be doing. No, they will do it. Can I stop them? I cannot stop them from doing what they choose to do. You might be living in a family, and even in that family, you can't tell another person, this is how, I want it to be. No. Respectfully, yes, we can share our thoughts, we can share our ideas, but sometimes I may say something and it can create disheartenment in another person. So looking at all these, external factors that create, despondency in the world, in the lives of people, we have the fortune of being together. We have the fortune of being every Thursday night where we're able to come together and listen to something that takes me back to that space within me that has that charm, that has that beauty, that has that joy to take me through any difficulties of life. So think about it. Think about, your own charm, what you have inside of you. Wake up to realize that you don't have to go to spend the money to go buy those charms, but the charms live in you. You have them. Become aware of them and share them with the generosity of love. Share it with the world. The world needs what we have. Each one of us, we are receiving it. Share it with the world. You might be on the subway, you might be driving, you might be in the supermarket, you might be just sitting by the ocean or anywhere you are. Become aware that the world needs what I'm thinking. They don't need my negative thinking, but they need my positive thinking. So let me become more aware and keep sharing from that place. Before we move into some questions, Michelle, I would like to have a few minutes of meditation. Is that okay? So let's journey into this space within us. So let's sit comfortably. Relax. And become aware of the soul's inner beauty. What is so beautiful within each one of us? When I think of love, love brings joy to the heart. Love creates beautiful relationships. Love makes life becomes very easy. It is as though stone melts and becomes water. Even that which is impossible becomes possible because of love. When I think of peace, I think of the serenity, the silence, a space that becomes so tranquil. And I can feel the vibrations of peace so powerful within the soul. I am peaceful. I am love. When I think of generosity of heart, the heart opens to give. It is as though I don't need anything. I have enough to give. My thoughts become those of constantly sharing. My words changes its tone. It changes even the number of words I speak. Just sharing that which is most important, which is uplifting. When I think of safety, I think of God's heart. It is a very sacred space. It is a welcoming space. It is the space that God gives to his children to be in his heart. God's heart expands into the unlimited for every soul. It is the parent's heart, a heart that brings comfort. I am the soul that is pure, loving, peaceful, generous. I think of all my brothers and sisters in the world. And as the thoughts emerge, it feels like a flow of energy reaching out into the unlimited, touching each soul and awakening them to their inner strength, their inner beauty, their inner charm that will protect them from the sorrows of the world. So feel the vibrations, serving humanity. Unlimited and with a great deal of love. Uplifting everyone. Each one experiencing being close to God. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Over to you, Michelle. You're having difficulty unmuting.
Oh, here I am. Hello. Yes, that was really beautiful. It's funny, whenever I do when I host, I always look at what is written. There's a little blurb usually, and the charm and the beauty of love, you really captured something that I hadn't thought about, the charms. What I think I was kind of getting to your plane, because I was thinking of the physical in terms of color, and how we should be focusing, and God, I always thought, wants us to be more spiritual and more like him. And you really captured in a way that I hadn't even thought of, the charm and the beauty of love, that it's true that, I was thinking when I was a child, I had a charm bracelet, and my parents would, every year would be for my birthday, a little charm that would, I guess, qualify different aspects of me, that I like to bicycle, and I like to play, sports, and I was a heart and a graduation. And, that's what you think, that is your emblem. That's what you are. And I protected, as you said, that little charm bracelet. But funny thing is, I have no idea where it is now. But I was thinking that, for a time when I was younger, I think to show my spirituality, I would wear amulets, if you will. I know when I was in high school, there was, I don't know if anyone remembers the evil eye. It was a little blue it was very popular around your neck or on your bracelet. And I was thinking about that as you were speaking about that little evil eye that was supposed to protect you. And it's such a contrast from the tilak of being able, that eye, that third eye that makes you see the good in people, but how it's twisted around to the evil, that people are going to, hurt you with their evil eye, and you have to protect yourself.
And look, it's there on the screen.
Yes, exactly. And there it is. And it's not that at all. It is quite the opposite. You don't need an evil eye amulet. It's how you look out at the world that protects you, as you were speaking of. I just thought, the experiences of you as a person and your life that you lead while you're on this earth really is the charm for people. And it was just so profound and so simple in the way you said it. I never thought in that way. So that was really a gift to me, to think of myself. I don't need a charm bracelet. I am a charm bracelet, and I can sparkle for people. And yeah, I just wonder if anyone wanted to, Brother Eric, can they put some comments in the chat? Have they worn amulets that they have given up? I don't have any more amulets. I don't have to wear anything. I don't need good luck. I was thinking of a rabbit's foot that I used to have. How many of you have ever had a rabbit's foot and an amulet and all these things to protect? But we don't need protection. The only one I have to protect is from myself and the things that I can do to myself and in turn hurt others. So that's I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I felt as you were describing this, that the experience, and certainly the experience of being a Brahma Kumari, is a charm that protects yourself and also gives light and love to others. So I just thought your words were spot on. And every I guess every culture has that eye. They've twisted it though. Even the Egyptians, I think it's the eye of Horus. Horus, I think is the name. It's like that also to protect you, always the eye to protect you. But you really don't need that. You really don't need that. So all those charms that they've twisted into protection and to make money, you don't have to spend money. You don't have to
Because
spend money.
physical things, those physical things really cannot protect us. You know, there was someone that I know very well, you know, she was very close with me. And she had something of that sort. But there was a lot of faith, you know, there was a lot of faith in that whole thing that this charm will protect her. And then she aged. She's moved out of New York, and she's, you know, and she can't manage. And somehow or another, she felt this charm doesn't work anymore. You know, it doesn't protect it. The charm is not there to help her at this time that she needs the help. And then I was thinking that, you know, how dependent we and how powerful is our minds that we create these things. We put the power in an object and we give life to an object and think the object has that which I need and that object will help me. But an object can't help me.
Mm-hmm.
I have to help myself by changing the quality of thoughts I create. Because the thoughts that I am creating is what takes me up or brings me down. It's not a bracelet or a pendant or a watch or whatever it is that I pick up to create the charm of life or to give me the experience of charm in life. So we have to, I think one of the very important thing of this time, and today that I would like to highlight is the conversations we have with ourselves. Because it is one of the most important things. We wake up in the morning and we are with ourselves. What do I do when I wake up? What do I do throughout the day? How do I go through my day? What did I tell myself? You know, if I tell myself, oh, this day is going to be a very difficult one because I'm going to meet somebody who's difficult. Now, I have just created a difficult day there. I've just made something, created it with my own thoughts, that this day is going to be so difficult. Because why don't I change it? To say, okay, I'm going to have a most wonderful day, regardless of whatever comes in front of me. It's not a situation will not come. They will come. But the thoughts that I prepare myself with to face the day is going to change my day or create the experience of what I want for the day. But I have to create it. I can't have someone else creating it. If I give permission to others to create my day, we all know what they will do, right? One moment you might be happy. One moment you will be sad. One moment you will be upset. One moment it will be something else. Because I am giving permission to others to tell me how to feel, how to think, what I should be like. That's not how we want to live, right? We would like to live in a space within ourselves that I can choose how I want to live. I can choose how I want to feel. I can choose what I want to be throughout the day. So it's not about people. It's not about the external. Even Mother Nature. I can appreciate Mother Nature's beauty and the abundance and the richness of Mother Nature and so many things of her. But I can't be dependent. Because again, you might see the beautiful daffodils coming up, or, all the beautiful flowers that's, peeping out now. But then the snow could come, and just next thing you know, everything is covered. And then you start feeling sad inside of you. But this was so beautiful yesterday. And what happened today? So we have to see that I must come from my own strength, live life from what I have within me. Then I would experience life in a very beautiful way. Anyone wants to share something?
Brother Eric, I guess they'll be putting it in the chat. If they have any comments, please put it in the chat. And I have an announcement to make at the end that I'm going to put in the chat. So if anyone, I'm just wondering if everyone has given up their good luck charms. And I wanted to add one more thing. When you give those charms and you give those gifts, I always said that I never remember what people give me. A year later, I don't remember who gave me that present, who, what, was it for a holiday? But I do remember the feelings that I got from a person, that blessing, that I could remember when it was said, what the feeling I had. And that could go back as far as I remember 5 years old, someone saying something to me, and I remember that. But yet last year, someone got me, let's say, a little trinket. When did I get that? Who gave that to me? I don't, at the moment, you're so, it's so beautiful. Thank you. But it's the feelings that you remember, and the gifts that you really give are the thoughts that from your heart to someone. Those things I never forget. I can remember every special moment in my life, and it wasn't a gift of a physical. It was something said or something felt, to myself or from another person. So I thought that was very special as well. So if anyone has any comments, I don't know if I see anything right now.
There is one comment about how to not get annoyed and to love, especially when there's arguments with family or elderly patients might be a way. How do you stay loving and not be annoyed?
And that's where we have to use the charm, the inner charm of the soul, because we carry that charm. That charm is there. It's the magical, the magical quality, the magical tool for me, where when I become aware that this is who I am love, I share it. See, we can't change anyone. The biggest mistake we make in life, why do you think we get upset? Each one of you, ask yourself, when you get upset, why do you get upset? Why do you get upset? Why do you get irritated? It's because I want the other person to be the way I would like them to be. Why don't you do the things I'm asking you to do? A parent would say to the little child. Child has its own way. Child is not going to listen. So anyone, you will find that it's a fact, it's a truth that we can't change anyone. But what we can do, we can support the change in others by me being it. They may not have that awareness like you're coming here, for example, attending these sessions, receiving something that is spiritual, receiving something that is so nurturing and nourishing, that is uplifting for you. You have that within you now. There are those who don't know. They haven't even received a drop of it. So let me share the drops that I have by being it, by modeling it. Let me be peaceful. Let me be less reactive. And how can I be that? Is when I'm going to be my charming self. Be in those qualities. Then that's going to awaken in the other person their charming self. So when I am being who I am awakening what is truth in someone else. It's like right now in this, how many of us are on? 36 of us. It's an energy we are all creating here together. It's an exchange of energy, even though you don't have your camera on. It is still an energy. It's an exchange of energy. What is the quality of energy we're sharing with each other? It's the energy of the thoughts we have right now. And I'm sure everyone is thinking more from the beauty within yourself, the richness you have within yourself, the abundance that you have within yourself. Move to that space, and you will find that all those who are around you, they will start receiving what you have. You don't have to tell another person, don't do this, don't behave like this. You should not, because nobody wants to hear that, right? No one wants to hear me telling them. It feels like a criticism. It feels like a judgmental statement. It feels like a putting down statement. So all these things, we don't want what we are giving to ourselves in a negative way. I'm giving it to someone else. And so this is why it's an awareness. It's an attention of an awareness that let me create that which is bountiful. Let me create that which someone else needs. They need it. You know, we like to go and help someone. They might be in the street and need a cookie or need a sandwich or need a blanket or need something. We like to go reach out and help those who are in need. But can you imagine that the whole world needs not a blanket, not a sandwich, not an apple, but they need our love. They need our peace. They need our patience. And so starting with those that you live with, let's keep a big heart for them. Let's keep this generosity of heart to give to them, to share with them. Don't ask them to make you peaceful. You become peaceful by thinking from the place of peace and sharing from that place of peace. So they can experience the peace, and then they will stop troubling you. But if I keep wanting, then they will be, I will want, they will want, and we will both keep troubling each other. We will both come into disagreement. We will both come into difficulties. Let me change it. And it's like I'm going to take the step towards my change to help someone else. So whether it's a family member, whether it's at work, whether it's anywhere, you're at the supermarket, wherever you may be, just see that anyone who comes in front of you and they come on a downside, you stay on the upper side, the higher vibration, and share with them, and see you will change that person's day. Has anyone ever told you before that, oh, you've made my day? Or have you ever told someone, oh, you have made my day? Yes. Yeah. So what did you do? Would have been something very little, but you did it with love. You did it with care. You did it with compassion. And it just made someone's day. I hope that makes sense. And this is why we have our meditation center. This is why we teach meditation. So that everyone could learn and go deeper within themselves, that you don't need anything from anyone. You don't need to ask anyone to be anything for you to be happy. But you will be happy and you will help them because they don't know how to be happy. They become dependent on the physical things to make them happy. And when those physical things are not there, life changes. But when we receive the happiness, or we use the happiness that comes from the qualities within me, that this is who I am, then I am, I will be. Whatever I am, I will be. So come from that place of your strength. Keep moving there. And you know, we have to keep doing it again and again. It's a practice until there is complete flexibility and there is no aches and pains. Like, you know, when you go to the gym and there is, you know, aches and pains after doing your exercise or whatever you do. It's the same in spirituality. I have to keep practicing, keep using what is my strength so that it creates complete flexibility within the self, in the soul, that you can be molded to anything at any given moment. And these spiritual qualities are your colors, which makes your inner world very beautiful. Yes? So we will all go tonight with the feeling of, I am the charm is inside of me, that makes me very charming. And that charming, from that place, the love that emerges, touches the hearts of everyone. It's a love that you will find that it flows like an ocean. It doesn't limit for any reason. Right, Michelle?
Yes, I always felt, and I'm looking right now at Louise, that we're lucky charms. I always use lucky charms. Now I know why we are lucky charms, and to be here and to be together and to share. And thank you so much. That was just lovely. The hour is getting late. I do recall one thing that I grew up with. I think every day when I was a child, I looked at this little plaque on my wall growing up. Kind words, kind actions cost little, but they are priceless in their value. And just by giving a kind word, a kind thought to someone, you don't even have to say it. It's even better in silence. It's priceless. And that ripple effect will go to the ends of the universe. So,
and that would be the lucky charm that you will naturally be giving to others without spending a penny. That smile, those few words, those uplifting thoughts, it's the lucky charm, you know, and it will just uplift everyone. So let's all go home today and see how we can share our lucky charms with all those who are in need. First, share it with yourself. Become aware of what you have. Then only you'll be able to share. So, Michelle, I can have 1 minute more of meditation for closing. And then you said you have an announcement.
Announcement to make, yes. But please give us a brief time to gather our special lucky charms.
Yes. In the sacred space of the soul, all these beautiful qualities, I am aware of them. I see myself using these qualities. And as I use them for myself and then share it with the world, it is as though I'm giving the gift of the most beautiful and precious charm that creates happiness in the hearts of everyone I meet. It is the charm that God fills in each soul. And so let's remember the one who awakens and creates the fortune in my life. The fortune of the most beautiful relationships, the fortune of happiness, the fortune of good company, whatever it is that each one of us need. I remember the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Light, feeling the strength, the powers of the One, awakening the strength within the soul. It attracts the beauty and the abundance. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Lovely evening. Thank you so much, and getting a lot of shares. Thank you for the beautiful class, Sister Anjani. Never disappoint. Beautiful, beautiful points that we can expand on in our own time, in our own silence. Thank you so much. So I have just two brief announcements. I've been asked to save the date. Peace in the Park in Central Park is coming. It seems like a long ways, but we know how time. Friday, July 28th, will be here before you know it. I've been asked to seek if anyone would like to volunteer, particularly for setup, 7 a.m. to 12 noon for at least 2-hour stints. I'm just going to put in the chat who to contact. It would be Sister Cindy, who's our volunteer coordinator. And while I'm doing that, I want to announce that next week we continue with our Thursday evening conversations with the subject of warmth and energy of purity, the warmth and energy of purity. And it will be shared with us by Brother Raj Sangam Reddy. And that I know will be delightful. And I know my sister Louise will be here as the MC. She's shaking her head. Yes, hi, sister. And looking forward to that too. So I'm just going to put in the chat. And thank you, Brother Eric. Thank you, Sister Anjani. And thank you to the Supreme Soul, without which we would not be here. So thank you all. And I'm just going to put in her email, cpanella2022@gmail.com. You can grab that, and well, maybe not. And I also want to put in, she said, doing that good. Well, never mind. Anyway, think about if you want to volunteer for Peace in the Park. For some reason, it is not working.
You have a long time to go, Michelle, so it will come back.
Okay, yes.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Sister Anjani, and thank everybody for coming. I hope you've got a few charms and you will use those. Kind words, lots of love. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next week. Om Shanti, everyone.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.